we're learning more and more about Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan. Today we have a much more detailed look at all of the land courtesy of Nintendo. Hi guys, Gio here for Independent Guides. Remember to give us a like to support the channel and hit the subscribe button. Before you go any further, just want to apologise, I have a bit of a cold coming on, so if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, that's why. So a little over 24 hours ago, Nintendo live streamed from Super Nintendo World. That was a 15-minute video, so in this video I've condensed that down so you can find out what's really important. Plus, Universal updated the park app, which gives us a lot more detail as well. And stick around until the end because we have a big surprise about when Super Nintendo World will really open. So let's get into it. The preview of Super Nintendo World was hosted by Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario and Luigi, and you can tell he's just as excited as we all are to see this idea come to life. We finally have a really good view of the land entrance here. Even the entrance looks unbelievable. It doesn't look real, it looks like CGI, but it's real. As well as the logo, we have a couple of warp pipes, and the big warp pipe to the left is the one that takes you into the land itself. So this is the view inside that warp pipe. It's fairly short, and it transitions you from the outside of Super Nintendo World to Peach's castle. As you're walking through, the ground changes, and there's these lights around the second half of the tunnel, and you'll hear some sound effects as you walk through into the new world. Unfortunately, one of my concerns was that the tunnel was going to be quite narrow, and it is the case here. I can already see them setting up stanchions and ropes in the middle to split the guest flow, as of course this is going to be the entrance and the exit into the area. I think having just this one entrance is a bit of a mistake, but maybe there'll be a separate exit for all we know. So you're then in Super Nintendo World, inside the lobby of Peach's castle, and when you walk out the doors, you're in the Mushroom Kingdom. So think of this area almost as like a pre-show to the main attraction, which is the land itself. Once you're in the main land, you'll hear the Super Mario theme tune, and as much as I love it, I can see this becoming a little repetitive, as throughout the video you hear it again and again in different forms, but there will be other music mixed in as well. Straight ahead is Mount Beanpole and the incredible variety of moving elements, from the spinning coins to the clouds to Yoshi. There's a Goomba tower, a spinning Koopa shell, and much more. Here's what it looks like if you're looking back at the facade of Peach's castle itself, and in the background there, that's where Princess Peach will meet guests. Next we have a close-up of one of the question mark blocks. This will be one of the many activities that the power-up bands will let you take part in. If you haven't seen my video on these bands, check it out after this one. There's a quick summary. These are wristbands that you can buy. They're optional. They cost $30 US roughly, and they allow you to interact with different parts of the land, and you can collect coins and complete challenges. So once you have your wristband, you scan the QR code with your phone's camera, and that links it with the Universal Studios Japan app. This particular block is clearly more at kid height or for someone in a wheelchair, but there will be different ones around the land at different heights. Once you tap your band on it, you'll get some coins in the app. The other thing we can see from the screenshot is that there are 170 different stamps that you can collect in the app, so you'll definitely get your money's worth with a ton of interactive content here. We see a little bit more of the land here with a close-up of the piranha plant. This is another one of the activities. In my Power Up Bands video, I spoke about a rumor that this was one of the key challenges where you'd have to stop a series of alarms before they go off, waking up the plant, and this looks like it's definitely going to be the case here. That's the entrance to the Mario Kart ride with Bowser's castle as the facade, and as we can see there'll be a little seating area outside, and next to that is this Koopa Trooper activity. Here you have to tap your power-up band just at the right time to complete the challenge, and once complete you tap your band on the key symbol to collect the key. It must be more difficult than it looks because Miyamoto has to try it 3 times in the video. You also now know that you'll need 3 keys from the various activities to then take part in the boss battle with Bowser Jr. Next we get a look at the underground maze style level, and again there are plenty of blocks to tap with your power up band. This one here is in front of a screen, so it looks like hitting it was going to trigger something on that screen. We can see a different type of interactive block in this shot, which is a brick block, and then also here we can see a Mario logo in the wall, and that unlocks an image on the wall itself, and I'm guessing that also counts as a stamp in the app. In this underground area we can see that there's lots of theming, including these bob-ombs which sound like they release a little jet of air when they make an exploding sound effect, and so part of this underground level shrinks you down and you become a mini Mario, and then here you have all these giant blocks which are huge around you, and there's even a giant bob-omb here, and that's one of these activities, but we haven't got any more detail about this one. Elsewhere we have a look inside the main shop, the 1-Up Factory, and this has all kinds of Mario and exclusive Super Nintendo World merchandise, including this toy, and there's a souvenir popcorn bucket. They're clearly trying to join Tokyo Disney Resort in creating unique popcorn flavors here, as they're going to have a caramel peach flavor and a mushroom flavor. Next we have a look inside the land's quick service location called Kinopio's Cafe. Kinopio is toad in Japanese. There's this awkward segment next where Mario and Luigi turn up for no reason. I guess this is Nintendo's way of saying that you're going to be able to meet the characters in the land as well. Even in the food locations, you can use your power-up bands to collect coins. In this quick service area, there is a screen in the queuing area to keep you entertained with Toad cooking on it, and there are screens in the main dining area as well, where you'd have the windows usually. The whole dining area looks fantastic, there are mushrooms everywhere. Food looks fairly standard for a theme park, but they add mushrooms to everything. So there's a burger that has mushrooms on it, there's a pizza bowl too that looks like a mushroom, and what looks like a veggie option, as well as these cute question mark desserts, and of course there'll be lots more. We're back outside for another quick glimpse of the land, where we can see a few more moving characters in the background, as well as a popcorn stand to the left there. And then finally we get a close-up of the ride entrance for Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge, and there's not too much to see here except for the fact I spotted a single rider wait time sign there on the right, so clearly there is going to be a single rider option for the Mario Kart ride, and thinking about it, that doesn't come as too much of a surprise, and this park has a huge number of single rider lines. They definitely come in handy, and probably more than any other park I visited. We have another look at the inside, which we had already seen a couple of weeks ago. There's the stairs, the Bowser statue, the trophy display, and the ride vehicle and headsets, but there's nothing new for us to learn in this bit of the video. We've got another video all about the Mario Kart ride linked in the description. Now there's another really big update here, as well as a live stream from this week. We also had an all-important app update that gives us a lot more information about the land. So as soon as you load up the Universal Studios Japan app, you use the side menu and you go into the Super Nintendo World app within an app. And you'll be very pleased to know that this is all in English. If your phone's set to English, it will default to that language. Once you're in the Super Nintendo World section, you're prompted with a welcome message that tells you that you can collect stamps, view your rank, see how many coins you've collected, and use the map to track your adventure using the app. There's also a banner there that you can tap to scan your QR code from your power-up band to link it with the app. So there are 4 sections at the bottom: Home, Rank, Map, and Options. The home screen is the one that we're on right now. Opening up the map, the app confirms what I said in my previous power-up band video, where you can tap the pin icons to see the attractions nearby, and then the more of these that you visit, the more that are unlocked in the app. And then the whole premise behind the app and the power-up band is explained through this cute little slideshow. I think this makes for a good storyline. The golden mushroom was stolen by Bowser Jr., and he's locked it away. His minions guard the keys, collect the keys, take back the golden mushroom. Power-up bands allow you to play in the Mushroom Kingdom, punch blocks, collect coins, explore, discover, and play. And so this story really ties in the whole land together, and it makes a lot of sense as to why we have the challenges here, why we have the keys dotted around, and why you should buy the power-up bands. Looking at the map now, we get a good overview of the whole land with Peach's castle at the bottom. Yoshi's Adventure Ride is directly opposite you on the lower level, and on the same level at the top left is Bowser's Castle with the Mario Ride. I'll switch on the character meets here, and we can see on the lower level meets with Toad, Mario, and Luigi, and on the upper level by the castle you'll have Princess Peach. Now the other thing that's marked down as an attraction with a key is Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown. Remember we said earlier that you needed 3 keys to unlock the boss battle with Bowser Jr. Well, once you've done that, this is where you go for that boss battle. So how many of these key challenges do we have then? Well, if we switch on the option to see these, we can see that there's going to be at least 5 of them. Koopa Troopa Power Block, which we saw in the video being played. Piranha Plant Nap Mishap, which we saw very briefly, and that's the one that we had the rumour about. Goomba Crazy Crank, which we didn't get a look at. We also have 2 challenges in the underground area, Thwomp Panel Panic, and the Baboom Kaboom Room, which we also saw quickly in the video. There might be more of these that unlock later as you complete some of these, but we don't know that for sure. So there are other interactive features in the land. We can switch on the block coin to see loads of interactive blocks for you to collect in things like brick blocks, the question marks, and even there's an egg block. On this other toggle we can see other interactive features, including several binoculars, and from what we've heard in rumours, while you're looking through these you'll see the real Super Nintendo world around you, but you'll also see some kind of augmented reality world added on top of that. So there's a fruit basket here by the Yoshi ride, there's a slot machine, there's also a note block here as well. So these are just other little bits that you can interact with, they're not key challenges, and at the moment we don't even know if you need a power-up band to interact with these, but I'm guessing that you do, and at the very least you'll get some stamps on your account when you play these using your power-up band. So that's the main feature of the app, which is a map, but you can also see how you're ranking too. Remember, Nintendo and Universal want this to be competitive and like a real-life video game. So here you can compare your individual score, your team score, so when you choose your Mario and Yoshi band, you're choosing to be part of that team, and you can also follow other players, so you can add your friends and family, and then you can see how you're stacking up against them. Curiously, there is a Mario Kart ride rank here, so clearly that's going to be reasonably interactive, and there's daily scores and an all-time score as well as a leaderboard for the Bowser Jr. boss battle. Then we have the options screen, which is where you can follow other players and you can add and remove bands. So that's almost everything we've learned over the past couple of days. Today we've also found out that yes, the official opening is on February 4th, 2021, but from this Wednesday, the 23rd of December, so only about 24 hours away from now in Japan, the land will be soft opening in technical rehearsals. There are signs up saying it's invite only, so it's probably annual pass holders, the media, influencers first, and then the public after that in slow phases. It also asks the guests don't post any videos or photos on social media until the 4th of February grand opening. So is that going to happen? Well, let me put it this way. We had an on-ride video from the brand new Beauty and the Beast ride at Tokyo Disneyland within 24 hours of that soft opening, despite Disney asking people not to take photos. So I am expecting us to get a huge number of videos and photos on social media in the coming days. So I'll of course be making a video about that. I'm really hoping we get to see inside the Mario Kart rides fairly soon. So subscribe to this channel to watch that in the coming days. If you do want to be first, hit the notification bell as well so that you get that video as soon as it comes out. I'm super excited for this. If you haven't watched my other videos on Super Nintendo World or the Disney and Universal parks, what I'll do is I'll link to the dedicated Super Nintendo World playlist, and that way you can just sit back, relax, and you can watch all the different videos I've made about the land, from the different rides to the future expansions with Donkey Kong to power-up bands and everything else in between. Thanks so much for watching. Take a quick second to hit the like button. Let's see if we can reach 250 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel to help us out, and I'll see you in a few days for the next video and the grand reveal of Super Nintendo World.